Well, when you subtract something, the evidence isn't there of the competence. You may very well be being competent in subtracting, but if you take something, you take some feature off of the app, you take something off of the building, pretty soon it's out of sight and out of mind, and it's harder to display competence. There are lots of reasons for any behavior, right? If we have this decision-making shortcut, there's likely biological reasons, cultural reasons, economic, social reasons. There's some surprising biological reasons. One that's not surprising is just that acquiring things has been good for passing down our genes, right? If the people who stockpile food when times are good make it better through scarce times, not just people, but any kind of living thing. The one that's a little more surprising that it's biological is this desire to display competence. And this is something that I struggle a lot with when I find myself not subtracting, is we want to show that we can effectively interact with the world. So the story in the book here is about bower birds. These are the birds that build the ceremonial nests, and the males build a fancy nest. The females go around, look at the nests, decide which male to mate with based on which nest they like the best. And then the female goes and builds a nest to shelter the young. So there's no function to the male built nests other than to show that this male is good at collecting sticks, which suggests that it's effective at interacting with the world, which suggests that it might be a good bird to kind of merge your genes with. So and this desire to display competence it's in the physical world, but Albert Bandura, Stanford professor, extended this notion of competence to completion of tasks, right? So when you attend that meeting, or when you check something unimportant off your to-do list, you feel like you're displaying competence by these task completions. And so what does this have to do with adding and subtracting? Well, when you subtract something, the evidence isn't there of the competence. You may very well be being competent in subtracting, but if you take some feature off of the app, you take something off of the building, pretty soon it's out of sight and out of mind, and it's harder to display competence. So that's a biological thing that we have to contend with. And again, the point of knowing these is by understanding why we're doing this, that's what's going to help us find more of our options going forward.